Now, you can also make armor, and with the mod you get more slots for armor. You got cape, shield, gloves, and you've got Zanite armor, which you can make with Zanite. And what it does is, here, I'll go ahead and get a bunch to show you. Now you'll notice it doesn't give you a lot of armor down there. It's not a lot of armor right there, but the more you get hurt, the higher that armor thing gets. So I'm going to see if I can show you that real quick by jumping off here. No, not good enough. But the more it gets damaged, and those enemies might be a good way to show you. There's only a few hostile mobs in the Nether, but this is one of them. I also don't remember the name for this one, but it just jumped off the edge. But it shoots poison darts at you. Come on, hit me! Alright, and when you're poisoned, you kind of run around randomly, but you also get hurt every once in a while, and I need some... just to make sure I don't die. But you can see now that my armor has gotten higher. Ah, and they're still chasing me. Yeah, get there. Nope, get down. Fall. Come at me. No, don't be smart. Your other friend was stupid. Ah, no, don't push me off. Don't. Fall. No, don't fall. Yes, you fell. Okay. So it fell off the edge and I'm still poisoned. To unpoison yourself, you can get a remedy bucket and you're cured. Alright. Oh, there's another one. Sword, what am I doing hitting it? There we go. Alright, there we go. So yeah, that really increased my armor strength down there, as you can see. But yeah, so the more it gets used up, the stronger it gets, just like the tools. There we go. Now, the gravitite armor works just like diamond armor, except when you have a full set. It does something kind of cool, and the full set does include the gloves. So now, I can jump way higher. And I also don't get fall damage, which is really good, because if you ever get pushed off by those things that were shooting snowballs at me, or whatever they are, and pushing me around, if you ever get pushed off the world, you don't die. And I'll show you that. You fall, and you fall down to the surface world. And if you don't have some way to prevent you from getting fall damage, like this armor, then you will die because you fell too far. But there's also cloud parachutes you can make with clouds that will prevent fall damage and make you actually glide down. This armor doesn't make you glide down, you can still fall. So yeah, still fall just as fast, but basically you mine the clouds, and you realize, if you've noticed, there's a bunch of stationary clouds around here, and you can actually mine those and get blocks. You get this cold arrow cloud, and you can take that cold arrow cloud, and 4 of them makes a cloud parachute. And you can take this cloud parachute and jump up real high someplace, jump off, and I am now floating down instead of falling, and I will not take any fall damage when I land. And there's a whale. There's some glitches in this mod, like that, but what can you expect? There's still glitches in the game of Minecraft, so... But yeah. Their AI is not the greatest. Also, one other glitch I've been having with this mod is there's a certain mob. It's a plant that shoots poison darts at you, and you get an important item for killing it. And I have not been able to find any in any of my worlds. So, yeah. So it looks like that still needs to be fixed too. So yeah, that is the Gravitite armor. And actually, I probably shouldn't trash it because it's cool. And it's a good way to get around. In this world, it's so spread out that you'll want a good way to get around. A good way to do that is you can tame a certain bird, and no, those are the birds that shoot poison darts at me. But they're called moas, and you can't actually go out, right out and tame them, but if they lay an egg, you can incubate it by building an incubator, which is holy stone surrounding a torch. And then you get a incubator. You can put the egg in the incubator and you fuel it with torches, and you will hatch an egg. And that baby moa, you feed that important item I told you I couldn't get from those plants that don't exist. And oops, they're just shooting at me again. And let's see. And then it will, there's the incubator. And then it will, how do you do the enchanter? There it is, the enchanter. Holy stone was surrounded with Zanite gem. Do you believe in magic achievement too? I like the names for these achievements. They're really, really nice. But anyway, so there you go. You got your enchanter, and you, whoops, and you fuel it with ambrosial shards. But anyways, so once you incubate the moa egg, you get a baby moa, and you feed it that item, which is Aether petals. And depending on the color of the moa, it will take more or less to feed, or to make it grow up. And then you put a saddle on it. Oh, also, it can only eat one at a time. So you have to feed it one, and then wait a little while, and then feed it again. And so it takes a little while, but anyways. Once you have fed it and it grows up, you can put a saddle on it and ride it around. And depending on its color, it can jump several times in air, and it glides down like those other birds that were attacking me, and like if you were on a cloud parachute. So yeah, really cool. The black one is the best, and you can jump 5 times after your initial jump off the ground. Ah, here we go. Here are some moas. And let me make sure I just can't put a saddle on them. Saddle. And yeah, see, I can't put a saddle on them. I can't feed them anything, but they'll walk around and they're peaceful. They won't hurt you. But eventually they'll lay an egg, and we'll be able to incubate it. But anyway, this is the cloud that you can harvest. The cloud aerogel, and many times it prevents fall damage, but it occasionally does not. And you will still get some fall damage if you land on it, so you want to be careful about it. There's also a blue variety of it. The blue variety is a lot cooler because you can place it down and it sends you really high up in the air, and you get an achievement to infinity and beyond for bouncing on it. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. And there's also a gold variety, and the only difference between the white and the gold is when you craft a parachute with the gold, it has 20 uses instead of 1. So that's kind of cool. And, there's one of the hostile mobs in the Aether, and it is a sweat, I think is its name. It's kind of like a slime, but it will try to pick you up and fling you up in the air. Oh, it grabbed the moa instead of me, and it flung the moa up in the air, which actually kills itself. But it will give you fall damage. Whoops, there we go. Another one snuck up behind me and sent me up. So it doesn't actually hurt you, except with fall damage, which also kills itself, but it's very annoying if you're not prepared to take fall damage, or if you don't have this armor or don't have a cloud parachute. But yeah, there's also another variety, which I hope I can find. It's the blue variety. It takes you inside of itself and then jumps around, and eventually it gets high enough that it falls and kills itself. But that also is able to kill the birds and other creatures around here. The mobs do attack. I'm not sure if those floaty cloud things attack these other mobs. I know they certainly have a dislike for me, but most of the mobs will attack the other mobs. It's kind of cool. So, yeah. The whales are peaceful, and I'm pretty sure you can't kill them. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or a feature. I've been unable to kill them. Nobody in any videos I've watched has been able to kill them. So, I'm going to pull out another new type of block, which is quicksoil. Quicksoil is really cool, like the blue arrow cloud. Actually, before I step on it, I'll show you what it does. Go ahead and place that nice line on it. Now, that blue arrow cloud is pretty cool, and it reminds me of the repulsion gel in Portal 2, which is kind of cool. And if that's the Aether Mods version of repulsion gel, this would be the Aether Mods version of propulsion gel. It makes you go really fast when you run across a length of it. And also you can do a bit of a long jump when you get off of it. But yeah, you can. I really need more of it to show you how fast you can get, but you can get really fast with this stuff. Let's see if I can make a long. There's one of those yellow sweats again. Oh, when you kill the yellow sweat with a weapon, it drops glowstone. There's more of the yellow sweats. I wish there were blue ones so I could show you what it does to you. Oh, I hear sheep. That's awesome. I'll show you. If I can find the sheep, I'll show you about it. In the Aether, you still got pigs and sheep, which are you can find obviously in the regular world, but they both have something special about them, which I will show you. All right, there's the sheep. So now, see how fast we can get, and if you got a really long line of it, it's a great way to get places. In my other world, I had like a strip of at least 200. There's the sheep. The sheep can jump high up in the air and slowly float down. And if you shear it or kill it, it gives you wool, just like normal. But yeah, it can jump really high and then float down. Really kind of cool. I wish I could find a pig to show you that. Or the blue sweats. All of them, really. or the plant thing that I've never been able to find. Yeah. Blue sweats. Oh, awesome. Here we go. Come on. Come and get me. So yeah, see, it takes you up inside of it, and it jumps around and gives you fall damage, and because you're inside of it, you don't get your protection. I just died there. But it also kills itself. So. Let's see if I can collect all my stuff back, even though it really doesn't matter. Yeah. I do kind of want the arms. It helps you get around. There we go. I think that's all my stuff. When you fall from the Aether as well, you land either on your portal that you placed, or if you go far enough, a new portal. Which gets placed into the world kind of like the portals do when you're in the Nether. Oh, wow, that helmet took some serious damage.